I'm gonna zoom out so you can see where we are. So still in this bearish distribution area, studying this bearish price action because it's really interesting to me. Let's see if I can full screen this, because the same thing that's happening in here is like what was happening actually no, it's a bit different. Maybe the most similar price regime was this right here, because basically you have price stuck under what appears to be like a ceiling here, and the sell pressure is too big, which is why you can't break past this. And it wasn't until this event that we actually did. Now, whether or not the price was held down here intentionally is up for debate, but sure thing is we were able to break out here. Looks like a short squeeze of some sort, and it got slapped right back down, creating that low. And then it was like, this was also interesting too, how this was like a slow grind up, you know, high after high after high. It's like a reverse avalanche. High sets, high, new high, explode. Yeah, price action was pretty crazy there. I remember that because I had a long, I was able to get in a long, I believe right here, and then I got out at the highs here. I didn't realize it was going to explode upwards, but so yeah, you have kind of this bearish price action here, but it's interesting because you're making kind of like claws up. You know, price is clawing its way up here, except right here. See, this is really interesting to me. This is very similar to what's going on right now. So we have a high here, distribution event, and then avalanche. Each low is taken out, right? Price is heavy selling off right here. Another takeout here, and then you consolidate in this accumulation zone. Yeah. Make it down to the midpoint every once in a while, and you even do come down here. This right here, this wick right here is what started the run up. Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay. Because you had all this space down here, right? Because first price came up here and made a UTAD, right? And that started another avalanche right there where all these lows were taken out before we actually had a liquidation event right here. And that was actually the start. So this, I wonder how many traders this trapped in, and I wonder, yeah, because there's probably a lot of shorts that piled up in here. Yeah. And yeah, once the liquidity grab happened, then you started a way different price regime where higher highs were made, right? This low was taken out, but you slowly came back up in, and you stayed above this point. That's very interesting. Okay, and then you had the explode up, right? Very quick UTAD. I don't even know what this would be. This is just almost like a chair. You had a chair up at the tip. Heavy selling off. Boom. Smacked it back down. Took out this low. Okay. Now looking at current price action. You had something similar happen on a smaller time scale where, you know, you had a liquidity event that was right here because you were coming to mitigate. I'm not sure if that's if I'm using the right term, but basically you had something going on here that attracted that. Maybe it was just a quick run on the longs. Yeah. Quickly grab the liquidity, and then that starts a completely new price regime. You break the structure here, right? And then interesting how it comes back here. I wonder if this was like a fair value gap of some sort. Because you come back into there, and price holds above that before it explodes out of here. And then when it pulls back, it takes out, of course, this low before reversing, you know. And I'm wondering if this price action that you get right here, I wonder if that's because shorts are trapped here. So people shorted the bottom and market makers are just stepping up price to liquidate them, right? Making higher highs, giving them no chance to escape their position at all, right? So if you were trading high leverage, like 100x leverage, you probably got liquidated there. If you were doing a 50x leverage position, you're definitely scared. You're probably shaking if you had your position underwater there. Double tap. There's another like UTAD going on right there. But yeah, price has been stuck underneath this ceiling right now. It has not been able to get out. Now the question is, are we going to break out? Okay. Because we got stuck under here again right here. And I don't know if we're going to come back up. If we're going to break out of here, if that's the time for the breakout. Or if we're actually going to have a breakdown, you know, and probably test some of the liquidity that resides underneath here. Because that's kind of my thoughts right now is, you know, you have a lot of, you definitely have trap traders here, right? They probably just got liquidated with this right here. So you would think we would come down here to liquidate the longs that took place here. And we did get an increase right here, but I just don't know if these are shorts or longs. Looks like positions are closing. Well, I guess we'll know if we run this low, right? And then we get a sharp drop here. Then we'll know that some of these guys have been liquidated. You know, some of the guys that accumulated here, if those are longs. But if we take out this low and open interest stays flat, then I would think that, hey, these are actually longs. Or sorry, these are shorts, right? Which would mean the max pay move would be to go up. But just looking at open interest throughout this period here. Let's see. Slowly drifting down. We just had a reset, right? Because in here, right, which was this area right here, pretty much, you had a lot of trap shorts. I think they were liquidated in this move, but you didn't have that much of a drop down. For whatever reason, this move liquidated a lot of people. This gave us the reset. So yeah, I don't know what that would have been. If people are short here and they're trapped, you know, or maybe what it could be is just a lot of people got short here. Yeah, you could see that with the open interest increasing, right? And then this move here, that moved liquidated them because they probably had their stops set underneath like each one of these highs, right? So that move just definitely liquidated them. And now we got a reset and we had an increase. And I think people went long because they thought it was a breakout. If we just look at the CVDs, yeah, so futures was actually, this is interesting. So before the run down, we were in bearish price action, but futures was actually bidding up. That's really interesting. Okay, spot was selling, futures is bidding. So why would they do that? Okay, why would futures be bidding? Is it a psyop? Because people who are looking at the CVD, if they see that there's a sharp increase up, perhaps they're thinking that, oh, we're about to break out, so they start. But actually, it's they pull the rug underneath them. Is it like a last ditch effort to get people to bid? Because just looking at this PA, okay, so shorts get trapped in here. We move up to liquidate them here. Okay. People long here. So that's what's happening. I don't know how many longs entered there, but once we liquidate them, price maybe returns. Price goes down to actually seek where there's a real bid to be had. And that bid came in right here. This is also kind of an interesting structure. You know, you had your low set here, right? This looks like pretty much like a head and shoulders, but you had your low, inverted head and shoulders, but you had your low set here, price dipped down, came back up, retest, boom. So I wonder if this is actually where we found a bid, you know, if that was organic or if that was driven by futures, if it was artificially created. So let's see. Yeah, right here. Okay, so it was futures that started it. Looks like spot was flat, so there was a little bit of a spot bid. But also, I don't really trust Binance, so let's disable Binance. Yeah, it does look like there was a bit of a bid from futures and spot. Look at that. There was a lot of buying that happened here. Wow, look at that. I wonder what exchange that was. Who was buying there? Coinbase and Kraken, it looks like. Bitfinex was selling. Interesting. Very interesting. Bitfinex is buying here. Very interesting. The fact that Kraken sold a bunch right there. So Coinbase was the one that bid up here. But then where did the bid down? Coinbase again? Like what was going on? Okay, yeah, so bid up. Okay, so there was just coordinated selling from each of the exchanges. But Coinbase was the one that bid this shit up, it looks like, on the spot side. And Coinbase started bidding through here too. Not by much, but it's like a noticeable change. Very interesting. How's XRP looking? We do be falling. Set my alert like right here. We are in profit. Kind of fucked up this trade a little bit. Did not follow my rules, but I was honest with myself and I did give myself an X for the trading demons. So I got my position initially right here. So initially I got my position right here, and then I noticed that futures was bidding like pretty crazily, like pretty sharply up. So I exited my position right here at break even, which was a good move because we did have this move right here. The issue is I did not retake my position right here because during this time Bitcoin, so this was during, basically is this, okay, this right here was this, okay? And then Bitcoin started going up and made this, which was this right here. So because Bitcoin made a higher high, I thought XRP was going to make a higher high, and it didn't, interestingly enough. A higher high was not made. So that's something to take note of, because sometimes Bitcoin can do shit and the altcoin isn't going to follow along. right? And that makes me wonder if we do look at the XRP BTC pair and look to see what happened. Okay, here, let me do XRP BTC. Actually, let's do this because this is supposed to be the long time frame. Let's do 3. And this one is going to be the XRP Bitcoin pair. Fix this. Okay, this is kind of being really weird right now. We don't need the delta oscillator anymore. We have grown from that. ABC, give me that. This needs to be none. I don't know why it does that, but okay. Yeah, so there was a divergence. Lower highs. Lower highs were made. That is very interesting, okay? I've seen in the past, from what I've studied, the relationship between altcoin pairs and the underlying pair, a divergence is a sign of weakness. So that is something to take note of, okay? When you see a divergence in the alt pair with Bitcoin, that is a sign of weakness, okay? So, because if I would have saw that, then I would have been able to get a position up here, right? But it looks like, yeah, the Bitcoin pair is kind of dying out. Let's see. It's probably looking the same to me. Equal highs here, which is the same as, was the same pretty much here too. Equal highs in the Bitcoin pair. Drop off. Okay, you kind of make a double bottom here. On here you make, it's pretty much the same, I would say. Yeah. And then do you guys break out at the same time? It's not as clean, okay? Because on the Bitcoin chart, it's very clean. That you get. Okay, there's a resistance. You got one try right here, second try right here. You break out right here. There's your sign of strength. I guess you could say this is your sign of strength, but this is more of your sign of strength here. And then you break out up to here. And on this chart, it looks not as clean at all. Because you have this right here, and you just have a bunch of other shit that's going on right here that's kind of difficult. But yeah, the Bitcoin chart could have helped me a lot. Yeah, to time like these peaks here. That's something I'm going to have to explore more, is the combination of using the Bitcoin chart along with the, whatchamacallit, the regular chart. I'm just thinking of a better layout I could have here. Huh. I'll just leave it like this right now. Okay, anyways, I was kind of forgetting what I was talking about, but oh yeah, so the BTC chart here. Okay. So we liquidated those people here after this event. Oh no. Yeah, okay. So we came up, trap traders right here, liquidated them here. Price moves down to try to find equilibrium, catches a bid here, which was driven by, it looks like it was both organically the spot was bidding already. Spot was bidding. I don't know when to not trust Binance though. That's the thing. Binance was doing some weird shit here too. I don't know what the fuck was going on with them. Do we see it in the CVD though? Come on, Aggr, I believe in you. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were doing here. Like, what are these wicks? Yeah, so that was kind of dragging down. Maybe they were testing liquidity or something. Yeah, maybe these were tests. Like, they tried to nuke it, but it just got bid up by somebody that was bidding, right? Eventually it fell here and then boom. I don't know. That's a big theory. Okay. If we look at, okay, Binance spot, 1 minute. Yeah, look at that. They tried to send her down right here and here, which was at that right there. Yeah. But it was followed by buying right there too. Like they were buying, sold and then bought a shit ton, sold and then bought a shit ton. That's very interesting to me. And finally we had to move up. So, okay, yeah, so we had that move up because we caught a bid here. Not able to break out of here. So there's not enough leverage in the system to break this high. So got to keep farming, right? So farming for shorts all throughout here. Price, and what's interesting here too is like, see how it's like you have lower high, right? And then this move breaks through all of these, right? And then now, okay, you have distribution, lower high. Look, price breaks through all of these right here. But once we get to here, right, look at how small the range is before the lower highs are ran. Like you can see the algorithm getting smaller and smaller until a new price regime has to be had. Is that making sense? Because, okay, so you have your volatility event right here. UTAD right here. Okay. Trapped. Shorts here. Liquidate them here. Okay. So what's round one? Okay. Now we got to find equilibrium. So we keep going down. We find it here. So now let's run the highs. Let's run these highs, which all got taken out by this move right here. Okay. So all the people that had their stops here, they just got wrecked from here. They got taken out at least, right? Now we bring the market back down, bring it back down. Okay. You had a, so this was interesting in of itself. It's kind of like a bear flag, but I don't know what's going on here. But anyways, the main trend is down, right? But look at how much longer this takes, right? This is taking, before you had this event right here, you had, this was 15 hours, right? Where this one, this happened within 6 hours. And you can kind of see high, lower, low is set, run the liquidity. Okay, take out this guy. Okay. This was a pretty sharp decrease, right? It was a very sharp decrease, right? It just ate through all the liquidity here. Okay, there was no really resistance. And then you didn't even have enough leverage, it looks like, to even make it back up to here, that order block. So lower, high, okay. Avalanche down. Take out all these stops, right? Take them out. There's enough leverage or something to run the stops of all these people. Now, when you have this regime right here, right? Notice how you don't have enough leverage to even clear this. You come down to this area, you don't have enough leverage to get above here, and even this block right here, all these orders did not have enough leverage to make it up here. Take these. There was only enough to get out this guy. So you move down, you can expect the price consolidation down. Okay, and then look at this. Look, it's barely moving here. You don't even have, you can clear out this high, right? From all the leverage that was gotten here, but you don't have enough to even just make it out of here, you know, to bust it out. Which is why price kind of just holds underneath that. And then finally, when you send her down, you have enough trap traders in here where you can actually send the market up and liquidate all these people, right? You took these highs, but notice how price didn't even have enough to set a new high, right? Like there were enough trap traders in here to send the market here, right? There are enough trap traders in here to send the market here. But even after all of this shit, even after going down here, we did not have enough to even set a new high or even retest this or take these highs, because there's liquidity that's resting above here, right? There's definitely people with stops here. So I think if they could, they would try to run this high. So the question to me becomes, does this just show that there's just not that many traders here and there's not even enough fuel to run the highs? Because if that's the case, then the most probable cause is lower. Keep going lower until you do find a price regime where there's enough trap traders to actually send the price higher. But if there is enough leverage in the system here trapped at the lows for them to take out the highs, the question becomes, when do they initiate that campaign? When do they start that campaign? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. That is what I'm trying to figure out. Because this does look very bearish to me. I mean, you had like, I don't know, you had trap traders down below here, which makes sense why you had this right here. Okay. But you didn't even have enough to make it up here. Because you have positions in here that could be mitigated. You have stops in here. You have liquidity that can be grabbed from, right? In this much bigger scheme. I'm just going to do a different chart because I do not like when there's a bunch of drawings on it. So, okay, 30 minutes, because we've been in this range. We've been sitting in this price regime for a long time, okay? But, I mean, you can kind of separate it into a couple different regimes. You have this as a regime. Make this a structure. Okay. So this is like season 1. Okay, then you had the UTAD here. This is season 2, which was an avalanche, right? You had, after the avalanche, you had season 3, okay, which was all this stuff. Season 2, season 3. And this is kind of like, I feel like we're still in season 4. Like there hasn't been a change in the price regime, right? And this one, season 1 lasted, what, 2 days? Okay. Season 2, 1 day, about 2 days. Season 3, 1 day, 30 days, or what is this? It's pretty much 2 days again. Season 4. Okay, so we're on day 2 of this regime. And price is still very bearish, which tells me either they send her up, which my bias is that we don't actually have enough. Because if you look at the larger structure at play, we've been pretty much bearish since this right here, right? Because we're kind of getting the same price action here that we got right here, and you're getting these like little short squeezes. The thing is, like in here there was enough leverage to actually send us up higher and make this deviation, which was like a deviation of the high, pretty much a UTAD. But it looks like here we're running out of steam. We're definitely running out of steam here. We had a liquidation event right there, right? Not even enough to break us out of the range, right? So I don't know how we're gonna like size it out of here, okay? Because I want to look at other periods, okay? Because like with this made sense because you had a lot of you had a lot of liquidity sitting in here, and what you were in this regime. Well, this is like 2 seasons. This entire range was like 2 seasons. Season 1, season 2, or maybe 3 seasons, because then you had that liquidity event right there, and this is like season 3, right? Accumulation, you know. You had some distribution in here. You had this UTAD right there, which took out the lows here. So we grabbed the liquidity here and we ran the lows. Okay, and then once we ran the lows, okay, then within what? This is within a day. Within a day, you had price explode, and this was on a Tuesday. Okay, and then you went to get up all this leverage. You came up here, but look at how abruptly price stopped right here as soon as you ran that high. That is interesting to me because it shows that there's no actual bid up here. Yeah, because if there was actual demand, then you would see price kind of going like this. It'd be trending up above the highs, and it's not. It's just getting slapped down. So, and then for whatever, there must have been a shit ton of trap traders down here. People shorting, which makes sense because look at how abrupt this move was, right? So you had people longing up here, right, holding the positions. This takes them all out, and then you got people selling the positions, just shorting the shit out of this move because it's over. It just feels like it. And then look at the market just slowly squeezes them up until right here. Still not enough. Because once they're squeezed out, right, you didn't have enough fuel to move the market past that in the first place. So there's absolutely no reason why you would even take this out in the first place unless you accumulated enough leverage in here to actually bring the market up higher, right? And you didn't, which is why a lower high is set right here. And then finally, once all those traders are taken care of, all the shorts that accumulated here got squeezed right here, it's time to move the price to the next regime, right? So you have the avalanche that takes place right here. Another avalanche right here, similar to, because this is an avalanche right here, which technically starts right here, right? But you can just see the different price regimes here. So you had distribution up here. You had redistribution right there. Oh, shit. Okay. Send price down below the lows. There's a lot of people that were shorting here. So we squeezed them out right here, right? Once they were taken care of, look how you don't even break past this, right? You don't even break past this high. Price stops here. So, and then you accumulate here, trap in the longs, and send it back down, right? And there must have been a lot of people that were like longing throughout here to the point where it was just really easy to trap those traders, send the price down. You took out this low. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So you had an avalanche here. You had the same avalanche right here, okay? The difference with this one is it's like you had a slow climb up, right? To liquidate all those positions, and you stop after pretty much that high. You never clear that high. So see, it's the same things that are happening on the smaller time frames are happening on the larger time frames too. Look at that. And then see, once you clear out once there's not much interest in here, that's when you take them out. I wonder if we can actually see what the price action was like for that. I don't know if we have enough to go back. Oh, shit, we do. Maybe. Can we get 10 minutes? Okay, let's just do the replay. It'd be cool to look at this because technically this is what price action should look like if there's no more interest. Okay, let's go down to maybe a 5-minute time frame. Now we're gonna go 3 minutes. So what is price looking like at the tops? Okay, so it looks like you had interest here, Okay, and then you have some highs here that can be ran that didn't get run here. You only had enough to make it up here, right? Only had enough to make it up here. But then once you break this low, you trap enough traders in here. What does open interest look like? Oh, damn, we don't get open interest. But you trapped in enough people here to run the highs and take out this right here. And it also looks like it's a trend line of some sort going on. Yeah, so you had like basically a trend line scam. Price broke down. A lot of people shorted the bottom expecting us to continue. They were used as fuel to run the highs. And then after that, just instant bearish price action, right? Just take them out. And then price never even makes it back up here, right? And look at how bearish they're it. Look at how bearish. It's like the market makers turned off the algorithms to keep the market in place. It's just they let it fall because there was no actual demand while they filled their shorts probably at these highs. Yeah, and then just damn, it's like, look at that. No demand, you know. Make it up to the high, instantly get slapped down, you know. Just bearish retest after bearish retest. Yeah, this looks abysmal. Price looks abysmal in here. Okay. And look how there was like really no leverage in here because you didn't have like huge bumps ups like that. There's barely any volatility. Come down here. Okay, now we start getting a little bit more volatility where people are probably shorting in here. Especially on this move right here. You can definitely trap traders here. And what? This is probably like a 2% move. So you got a lot of people that were trapped there, but you did not make enough to even clear this high. Wow, which is surprising. Like, you couldn't even make it up to the last point of supply. But you do make it up to this first order block, okay? This first one right here. You even exceed that a little bit. Yeah, so you make it up there. Price is held down there quite a bit, right? And there must have been enough shorts in here that accumulated here too, because you run that high. Look at that too. You get slapped back down before you actually have the real move up. That's cool. And then this was the last point of supply before we even moved down. Okay. But how long did this range last for? This was about a day, it looks like. Looks like a day. Yeah. And then see this right here. Bearish price action, but price clears it and not able to really make it up that much higher. Right? So there were definitely shorts that accumulated in here that got squeezed out. You know, you're kind of sitting at the lows here. It's interesting how you stop right there, right? You don't go, and then it's not until we dip beneath this where there's probably a lot of people that got trapped underneath here, and that's what the squeeze that caused the run of this high. Still not able to make it above this high though, right? And there was probably just not enough leverage in the system at all to make us break out of here. So I wonder if this right here, because this is interesting, because the market here is staying in a premium. Like, why is the market in a premium here? And maybe that could be the market makers filling their shorts. I am not sure. And then what was the market like overall in terms of this range? Okay, yeah, so you're getting rejected off the midpoint of the range. And for some interesting reason, at the last stage of this price regime, right, of this redistribution, price was in a premium. Seems pretty iffy to me, you know? Because if it was bearish, why would price be at a premium here? And I don't know. I'm just talking out loud, okay? Seems a little sus. Seems like a little bit of manipulation. How about right here? Okay. price throughout this range is pretty much in a premium. But there would be no reason why it would need to be in a premium here. And maybe if you were watching this price action, you would actually think of it as bullishness. Because it's trending up, you're making higher lows. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. But, oh, interesting here how you get rejected off the midpoint right here. Very bearish. You get rejected off the midpoint. You go down, more heavy selling, unable to even reach this point right here. Very interesting. Another leg down ensues, because if you were actually able to if you were able to make it to the last point of supply, or the preliminary supply, I should say, then that shows at least some bullishness. But if you're not even able to make it there, then it just shows you how bearish you are. And I mean, even here, this was your preliminary supply, pretty much like right here, and you never even made it there. So no wonder why you fell down more. Okay, couldn't even make the preliminary supply there. How about right here? Okay, it looks like we do wick up there, but it just looks like another UTAD. So of course he had another leg down, right? Yeah, let's go back here. Oh shit. Where'd it go? Indicators. What the hell am I looking for? This is what I'm looking for. I gotta find it again because I don't know where I am in the fractal. Okay. Yeah, we were studying this right here. On the 3-minute time frame. Oh wait, let's go to 15-minute. Three-minute. Oh, we're so close to being there. Okay. All right. So unable to make it to the preliminary supply, right? Just made another UTAD. So we had another leg down. Okay. And then finally, okay, see, there's your low right there. There's where your low was set. Those are where your lows were set. And actually we started accumulating here. So that could have been the first sign that we're actually accumulating and we're not going to make another leg down unless we have a spring. Right, which is kind of this, but if you look at it in the grander scheme of things, right? So first of all, what the hell was this UTAD event here? So if we take the highs to the lows, okay, so you don't even make it to the discount or the midpoint of the entire range, okay? So that could have been indicative of bearishness. If you take the highs here, you do make it to the midpoint of these highs right here. Okay, so there's something to be said there. you just barely bring it to the highs there. Okay, not enough to bring it up here or mitigate any of this, but so definitely very bearish. Studying what happened here. Interesting bottoming pattern that happened here. I'm pretty sure I have notes on that. You run this low before you actually take out this high. And then you run this low before you actually have the blast off. So this was the low. Before the low was set, there was almost a day before this happened. So this was interesting. This is the start of the downtrend. Easy, you can see that play in this day, but then you catch a bid around here before you actually blast off. When was this? This was May 23rd. Okay, let me see. May. $20? Okay. Damn, I took a break from trading from then. Is this right? Oh, May 9th. Okay, I did trade on May 8th. What was I thinking? Okay, I was really bullish. Okay, but I was correct that if we don't close above this level, then we go lower. But close what? Like hourly? I did not define what the criteria is for closing higher. Yep, this is still true to this day. I still need to get better at following my own rules. Okay. Okay, so I was using CVDs. I was on a 10-second chart looking for divergences. I don't want to read all this. Okay, so I didn't really take notes on that. Damn, I wish I did. Yeah, it looks like I was studying avalanches. Yeah, I was recognizing the bearishness of LPSYs, topping structure. Price didn't even make it to the PUC of the previous volume, signaling that volatility is still even bearish. Okay, I should give okay, I did give context, topping structure, area of focus. Okay, so I wonder if I took a trade there. Price retesting mitigation shows sign of strength. Okay, interesting. I was saying that, okay, when price retests a mitigation, it's showing strength. Very interesting. Then we did have a markup where it held above. When was this? May 15th. So that was this Friday 12th. 14th. Okay, here it is. May 15th. Okay, so we were in this huge ass freaking range. Okay, yeah, so we were at in this topping structure here. May 15th. Trying to find that structure. Okay, so it was after the fact here. Okay, so we had the topping structure here. I see. So we're looking at this right here, came up. Still very bearish. Probably rejected off the midpoint of the range. Yep, rejected off the midpoint. Very bearish. Signaling that we're gonna make a lower low, especially since we couldn't make it up high. We took out these highs and then price delivered lower. Retesting this structure, the top of this structure. So you got to retest this structure. Price making low. It's sprung down here really aggressively before it popped back up. Look at that sign of strength, and then just tore out of here. Very interesting. Okay, so this is another good example. Looks like trap traders at the lows, squeeze them out, right? Was not able to make it up here. Very bearish. Okay, fact that we could not make it up here. And look at this. Let's look at the range here. Look at that, rejected off the midpoint. How about the entire range in of itself? Okay, yeah, so you're getting rejected right here and right here off the midpoint. It tried to stay above, right? But it just ate through, dipped through, another dip. Very just like this price action is pretty disgusting. Pretty bearish, very bearish. And then you had basically a UTAD right here, which started the avalanche down to eventually take out these lows. But then once you did get to these lows, it does look, you did mitigate. Here's your low there, here's your low here, but did you even make it up here? No, you don't even make it up there. So still extremely bearish, because you can't even mitigate this stuff. You know, if there was strength, you'd probably at least be able to take out that high. So you got 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. See the little UTAD right there too, which really took out all these highs, you know. And then that also started the next price regime down. Very bearish right here. Looks like 2 up thrusts. And then you finally got to a bottom right here. And I don't know if you could have seen that bottom in, but there was a bottom regardless. Look at that. Look at how aggressive this spring is. This is the sort of spring that really scares me, right? So you probably had a lot of people that longed here, and they had to shake them out right here. Just shake them out. I wonder once you got here, yeah, getting rejected. That's interesting too. Even before that, we were getting rejected off the midpoint here. Before we had that move down. So there were warning signs. Okay, there were warning signs that we were gonna go down, but definitely would have not expected us to come back up. And what's interesting too is look at the sign of strength here. The sign of strength appeared right here. at the midpoint. So that is also interesting how you're seeing this flag pattern above the midpoint that was previously getting rejected off of. And then you have another pattern that plays out here, but you have another like kind of flag pattern right here. But this sign of strength was like slowly, there must have been, I wonder if there were shorts that were trapped and then we just kept squeezing up, right? And you can see the volatility event that happened right here where it's just like shaking everybody off until finally we make a move down. Turn off the TWAP. You slowly start to come back up here and eat away at all of this. Do you ever make it past this high though? You do. Okay, so you do make it to that high, the UTAD, before reversing. Getting reject off the midpoint of the entire range. So you're getting rejected off here, getting rejected off here. I wonder if you have trap traders in here. If we can break through this, because if we don't, then probably gonna take out this low. Ooh, look at that. That's crazy. Looks like a retest of some sort. Still going up. Oh. So you do come back up there. Take out this low, and then you come out here to mitigate some of the positions in here. But of course, once you're done, slap it back down. You could see the bearish price action here. Bearish, bearish. Then you're going to come take out this low. This low is probably going to get ran. unless, so we want to run the liquidity here, but there might be enough trap traders in here to make it, maybe make it up to here is the idea. No, see, not enough. And I wonder if open interest was decreasing here. Like there were just no open positions. So you just run that low, or you run that, you take out that too, damn. And then you finally make it down to this area. So I wonder if we get a bounce here now, or if we just run straight through it. Okay, so you get probably some trap traders in there. Can you at least make it up to there? No, another low is set, damn. So you just get rejected off this. See, I guess you have to, I don't know how to check to see there's trap traders. Maybe you just look at open interest. There must have been enough trap traders there because, okay, you do wick up there. But yeah, it looks very bearish. It looks like you're going to come take out this low, these lows. Because this looks really bearish. You wick there, unable to make it there. You broken structure. Oh, guess I was wrong. Okay. I wonder what the bids, the futures and spot CVDs look like. Because you do break out of here. Wow. So they're... Damn. Yeah, this is when we had that huge run up. Okay, so yeah, you did come back here, grab liquidity before you had that huge run up. Interesting that you're holding the midpoint too. Before you had the run up. And then you were holding this, you were holding the midpoint here too, which is bullish. Interesting. So if you just look at it fractally, that high to that high, holding the midpoint right here, right, breaking out. And then if you just go up from that high to that high, you're holding the midpoint there. From this high to this high, you're holding the midpoint there. And you just break out. Okay, so if you're breaking out, will we clear this high? Will we we already did, but will we clear like this high? Oh, it looks like that was it. That might have been the high that we clear. Oh, interesting how price just moved right away from it. Like did not even give any sort of mitigation. So if we don't come back up here, then that's very bearish, and we're probably just gonna retrace this whole move. Okay, so here, let's take a look at this high to this high. Okay, so we must have trapped in enough traders at the lows here to actually come back up, and maybe my guess is I would look for an entry like right there at the top of that. Okay, don't make it up there, right? You take out this high instead. This would be your ideal spot. Ooh, yeah. Oof. Yeah, this is looking pretty bearish too though. You're squeezing out, so you're squeezing out the shorts, right? You're squeezing them out, but then you don't have enough to actually squeeze out any more. Like this was the first squeeze, second squeeze, third squeeze. Okay, all the liquidity has been taken. Time to send it down. Damn, just more bearish price action. Lows, newer lows set. trading sideways. Interesting enough. Ooh, take out. Damn. So this lasted. Damn, this lasted for how long? 4 days. Low set here, low. Here's your bottom. Bottom was pretty much here. You have a spring here. Barely are able to take out this high. We should have taken it out, right? But finally you get that right there. You get that run in liquidity right here. And this is the start of the downtrend. So from that point on, it would have probably been nice to get a short of some sort. But look at how bearish it is. Bounce off the midpoint. Damn, that's crazy. That is crazy. It would have been nice if I could have gotten a short right in there. Like after that, the liquidity was taken there. And just held that. Alright. Let's see what the current price action is doing. Kind of flagging, XRP, bearish. I'm taking profits once those lows get run. See, I don't know if these are shorts or longs yet. I think they might be, I'm pretty sure these are longs because price is drifting down. I feel like if these were shorts, I don't think price would have gotten rejected here. I think they would have kept squeezing the market up as high as it could have gone, you know, to run some of these stops. So these are definitely longs that are trapped, which is why price is grinding down. Just looking at it does not look like there's very much leverage here to clear. The humps are very small. You haven't even been able to make it up here, and it's been what, 2 hours? Because like right here we came and mitigate this within 5 hours, and price was drifting up here. But like here, price has been drifting down. Yeah, price drifting down. Yeah, that makes sense. You took out these lows. Price kind of held here. Looks like there was some open. I don't know. I don't know how many contracts were open, but you definitely had a flush out there. Okay. Did not take out that high though. And then finally had a liquidity grab here. So if Bitcoin is going to do something, this should have been the price regime change. This event right here was the grab on liquidity. So let's check the CVDs for bias. Trending down. Spot looks like it bought a decent amount, but we don't know which exchange that is. USDT, Binance. Yeah. I'm going to manage my position. XRP. Tighten my stop. It should not make it. If we are truly bearish, we should not make it up there. I could have gotten a better position up here though. That would have been nice. Also, what's interesting too is look at all these mitigation wicks. Like right here, like right here, like right here. Price is price retesting the mitigation? Could that be a sign of strength? Because I did make note of it. Price is retesting mitigation wick right here. Or is it just another lower high? Futures is still drifting up. Let's look at here. Futures drifting up, kind of holding still. Spot was just flat pretty much the entire time. Nothing, no reaction from spot. It was entirely perps driven, which is bearish. Liquidations occurred. There's definitely longs that opened up here that are where the liquidity needs to be gotten. Yeah, I don't know. I do think we come down. I don't know if I should change my XRP plan though. I do think we come down. Because open interest has been flat. It's very bearish through here. Drawn liquidity only brought us up to here. Unless we are accumulating. Is there justification for accumulation zone here? Because longs are entering. Because my thought process is probably longs are probably entering in here. Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff yet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Medium time frame. Looks like there were shorts there. 67K. That's not that much though. So this could be a bottom of some sort. The thing is, I don't know how high this is gonna go. It could easily just get rejected right here. Just mitigate this. Get rejected. We've been getting rejected off the midpoint of this zone. And if we aren't going to blast out of here after this, then I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. We do have volume up here. So it does make sense to come up here. And was this it? Was this the event? Let's see. How long is this? It's been 9 hours. It has been 9 hours. So, because we had the flush in OI here, you can see the OI increase. Those players got trapped. Flushed out. Probably more shorts entering, I don't know. Flush them out. More shorts entering. Flush them out. OI is flat. CVDs. Not telling much of a story. Futures is bidding. Market is market in a premium in this range? So market is in a premium of this range. So maybe this is the final, you know, I don't know if I should have moved my stop loss. Should I have moved my stop loss? Okay, what is going on now? Who is bidding? Perps. They are big bids. Is this the squeeze? Oh damn. Almost got taken out. I'm moving my stop loss because I feel like I'm right, but I don't know if I actually am. And I'm just going to leave it where my stop loss originally was, which was right up above here. This looks like something that would be expected though, because you have a lot of orders in here that can be mitigated. But I would be surprised if we took out this high. If we took out that high, I would be surprised because there's no open interest here. Open interest is not increasing. Orders are getting stacked on the bid. I think we're just liquidating the people that were trapped here. Last point of supply before we go lower. We do the same thing. I'm gonna leave my Ripple profits where it is because I don't know how much longer this regime's gonna go for, and I don't think. I think we could probably trade sideways here for at least maybe another day. Because we had this event, which that took about a day. We had this event, which took another day. Then we have this event, which is probably going to take another day of some sort. Yeah, bid stacked up on top. I don't know if we'll break through. Futures. Oh, sometimes they do like to hold it up there. Damn. I just got taken out of my XRP position. Did not think it was going to go up that high. But I'm going to re-enter. Stop loss will be above here because it really should not make it up there. If it makes it up there, then I'd be very surprised. Damn, that's crazy. Just a retracement in BTC caused a huge, like a takeout of the highs in XRP. That is wild to me. Like, how does that happen? Even took out the highs here. And was not expecting that. Gonna set this also as my, still as my take profit. Damn, so gotta add another check. I have to add another check to the demons because I moved my stop. That's my biggest demon. Definitely is moving my stop loss. Damn, that's crazy. I kind of want to move my take profit target. I probably shouldn't, but if that is definitely a UTAD, then and Bitcoin is showing weakness, then this should get taken out easily. I don't know. I should just leave it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. Okay, I'm done recording.